Welcome to episode 3 of Project Dirty Willy. In this episode, we are going to be fixing the air horn situation. If you watched the update video, you'll know that this horn wasn't working, and I was planning on running it on a separate solenoid and some other fittings and stuff here. So what I'm going to do is get a light under there, pull this plastic splash guard off there, and get a camera inside there so you can see how it's currently set up, and then we'll take it apart and basically start over again. Okay, here we are under the Jeep. It's kind of hard to get any video under here because it's all kind of cramped. I should have just jacked this thing up. Basically the setup now, you can see that fitting right there that comes out of the tank, and it comes down, wraps around under here, and goes into this solenoid and goes straight into this big horn. Well, we're going to remove this big horn and the solenoid and that line right there, and we're going to try to actually mount both horns up here. We'll have them back to back, so like one will be blowing out one side and one will be going out the other side. But first thing, I'm going to jack this up a little bit so I can actually record a little bit under here without tipping you sideways and all that stuff and making you seasick. Alright, since we gotta take the air system apart, I've got to get the rest of the air out of it. I think there's a little bit left, and instead of draining it from underneath, I figured why not just honk the horn. There's not too much air left in it, so it can't be too loud. The only issue is I'm in the garage with the door closed, so it's probably going to be pretty loud. Oh, we don't need to do that. We don't need to turn on the compressor. Wrong button. Yep, that was still pretty loud. First thing, I'm going to cut these zip ties off of my kind of rigged up bracket that I did here. We can get into them. That'll work. Let's see if I can get this bracket unbolted here. Take this air line off the solenoid. Still had a little air in there. maybe. I get to use my new tool, a right-angled drill. Never used one of these before. Well, that was really easy. Okay, this part doesn't seem like such a good idea because these step bits are notorious for grabbing and twisting regular drills. I don't know what's going to happen with this one. Okay, I keep getting up close to that damn wire. From that camera too. Look at that. Okay. You gonna stay or follow my head? Okay, I got them both just loosely bolted. It's them this angle. And then, I don't know if you can see that angle. Now I'm going to work on bracket to support here and here. Sorry for the camera work. It's hard to film underneath here without tilting you sideways and upside down and all that. Okay, I've got both horns bolted down, and I made just some little makeshift brackets until I can find something else, but I mean, they're on there sturdy. Got the wiring done for the solenoid. This plugs in like it normally does, but it splits off and then goes over and plugs into the other one, so they can still be separated. Got Teflon tape on just about everything that I can, so I don't have to sit there and try to do it underneath the Jeep, including on the solenoids. So I guess the next step is to go underneath and put the solenoids in the horns, or I might start putting these fittings in the tank because the solenoids might get in the way. I guess we're going to put the fittings in first. Let's see here. So if I put the solenoids in, they would have been right here in my way. Sorry if it's really hard to watch the video from this view. And it's basically my view, just being upside down. Not upside down, but kind of. That's everything hooked up. Just plug in these solenoids. I'll open the garage door and start the Jeep and turn on the compressor to pump the tank back up, because that compressor draws quite a bit of power, so I always make sure the Jeep's running when I do it, and check for leaks. And then we should be able to honk it, and we should have both horns functioning. We do have one leak. You can see the bubble. It's that L fitting. I'm gonna have to tighten that up some more or do something. Got it all put back together. Had a small leak, as you saw. fix that. I think we're going to try to go out by the lake again tonight to compare the difference in sound and adjust the lights and stuff. Okay, this is recording with my phone. I'm going to show you, I've got a little GoPro going right there. They probably can't even see this phone. We're going to go for a little ride and check out the lights and see if there's a difference between the recording on my phone and on the little GoPro thing. We'll start off with just the factory fog lights on the Jeep. They're not terribly bright, as you could tell. And we can switch on the factory low beams. Getting a little bit better, but still not great. Can do the factory high beams. And again, they're not great. These are the cube LEDs. These are Sasquatch lights, which I have to kind of turn you out towards the sides so you can see. And then you turn on the middles, and then it fills in between all of them. Alright, I'm gonna stand out over here. We're gonna try out the horn. Those lights are bright. We're gonna see how loud the horn is. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna move a little bit away from the Jeep so it's not as loud and see what kind of echo. We're just gonna drain the tank and see what it sounds like. Okay, we're gonna try this again. I forgot that I added a solenoid and still had the same size fuse, so we blew a fuse. Hopefully that's the only issue. So again, we'll stand out here and we're just going to hit it and drain the whole tank and just see what happens. That had a very long echo and a very weird sound at the end. Wow, that was an echo and a half. I mean, coming from way down that way. We're gonna honk the horn under this overpass here and see what happens. Well, I guess that about does it for episode 3 of Project Dirty Willy. If you like these videos, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, even subscribe to my channel if you like the videos. I always check out some of my other stuff. I've got all kinds of stuff on the channel. But if you like these Project Dirty Willy videos, make sure to subscribe to keep up, because next week's episode is going to be a fairly exciting episode. It's going to be a pretty expensive episode. So make sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with that. And like I said before, leave a like if you like these videos, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.